Greetings, it's Susie Q here with Automatic Writing. This is part 4. There's going to be 5 different modules that we're going to talk about on YouTube. It's going to be awesome. So let's get started. All right, so automatic writing is a amazing experience to get more guidance, get more tools and resources when you're looking at effective action, creating new possibilities, and there's so many benefits from this. So let me tell you how I started. So I always say this for each one of these videos, but back in 2008, the very first day of 2008, I started getting guidance from a proper English woman, and I could hear the sounds and the words. I could hear the sounds and the words, and it was a proper English woman, which was kind of silly. Anyway, but so I started doing that every day back in 2008, and it was very powerful, so amazing, and there were so many positive attributes that were supporting me. So I absolutely loved it. I've been doing it now for 15 years. So automatic writing has given me so many gifts, so many promises of more goodness coming through and more intelligence, more wisdom, and just guidance on any of the topics of money, of relationships, of healing of the body. All of these things have been positive, very, very positive attributes. Okay. So that's kind of the beginning of that. And so on January 1st of 2023, it'll be 15 years for me since I've been doing it. So it's really powerful. I've got tons and tons and tons of material that has given me so much support as I've moved throughout these 15 years. It's been really awesome. Okay, so I've got a few questions I'm going to be addressing. So one of them is, what will automatic writing results look like? Well, it'll be exactly what you want it to be. So if you're able to get to the keyboard or have a journal or something, you might take your notes there. Automatic writing is a process. And so it's even if you're just beginning to work with automatic writing, there's a process and it's a practice, a process and a practice. And so for me, it was totally automatic and I just ran with it at the very beginning. But everybody's a little bit different. But I would just suggest if you have some thoughts or some impressions or some things you're working on, you might set an intention to kind of work with some of those things that you're working with right now. Maybe there's something that maybe you want to get a new house or maybe a new car. Maybe you want to engage differently with the people in your life, your family, your relationships. I mean, all these things are so powerful. So when we look at what does it look like to do automatic writing, it just is, if you want to set an intention, you can. You set an intention that I want to have more relationships with my family. I want to have deeper relationships with my family. And the more that you continue to practice with that, maybe that, family and relationships, is that you start, kind of keeping that into your field of awareness. And the more that you do that, the more that you sit with either writing or journaling or going to the keyboard, just start working with that what you're really seeking. For myself, I found for my own self is that the words came through so quickly I couldn't even process. I didn't even have any intention. I had no intention whatsoever. Mine came in very spontaneously. So that's kind of my experience. Okay, the next question is, what does any of this mean? What does any of this mean? That's a good question, because what does it really mean? It means that there's a part of you, a higher perspective of you, that's giving you and feeding you more guidance. And so sometimes some of the guidance is like you want it to be more, more here on the planet, right? But a lot of times when we're looking at what does this really mean, it means that you're getting guidance from other means, and it's different. It's a very different process. Even with me, what does this mean with automatic writing? Um, I have to say, my personality is a totally different spin than what the automatic writing pieces are. So some of the automatic writing that I've done before, it's not my personality. It is absolutely not my personality. But there's probably a part of me now that's awakening to all of that consciousness. So what does it mean? It means it's going to be whatever it comes through for you. And so for me, what does this mean? It just means I was typing at the very beginning and finding, and I had some of the words I didn't even know what the definitions were. So these were all kinds of different conceptual experiences that I had to kind of look at the dictionary. What does that word mean? So all of those words were coming in, and I'm guessing what was happening is I was having some sort of a breakthrough or getting more guidance and more universal truths. So that's what I would say about what does it mean, and it could mean whatever it is for you. Maybe you've got intentions you want to set or some insights that you're looking at that's not really, fruiting yet. So that might be something good to think about. Next question is, why is it important? I don't know. I mean, it's so funny when I had it, I didn't even put any intention out there. I want to be an automatic writing person. What is it? Why is it important? I think what's happening right now globally is that a lot of people are having experiences unique, strange, weird, and freaky or awesome, right? But I think right now we're getting a lot more guidance from our other perspectives. I'll just say other perspectives, right? And so, with that, why is it important? Because I think right now people are waking up. People are saying, yes, I'm ready to go deeper with their states of consciousness. I want to have more guidance from another source. I mean, all of these things are working for us right now because it's been a few years, and now people are like going, I want more. I want to know more about life, my experience, my relationships, my ability to create abundance, and my ability to heal myself. And through automatic writing, it's important that we can find some guidance for that. Absolutely love that as well. Working with the healing of the body. That's really a big part of my consciousness through automatic writing is with the body. Next question is, what if I can't read it and if I can't read it right away? What if I can't read it right away? I don't know. It's so funny. So sometimes when I do a automatic writing piece, and this was back in 2008 at the very beginning, I was typing and I could hear the proper English woman, and then I was typing, and then I would read it maybe a couple of times. Just was there any typos? What were the words? Do I know exactly what that definition is about that word? So I always like to kind of take a look at it. I don't focus on it though because I've got so much more written material. I don't focus too much on it. I just acknowledge, yay, yay, I've got a gift of automatic writing today. I just say, if what if I can't read it right away? You will want to take a look at it, right? Because especially if it's coming through a different state of that you're not normally in, is that you might want to take a look at it and really kind of grasp and see what kind of insights you can get. And even with that, like, can I read it now or do it later? I always say over time with 20, like for 15 years, I go back to some of the early materials back in 2008 that came through. And then I just can't even imagine that I wrote it. I'm serious. It's like so funny when you look back at time and see some of the written pieces that were automatic writing from the proper English women too, which is so crazy. I just acknowledged the writing and I'm like, who wrote it? But it was me. I wrote it, and I had the impressions and I had the words to put it through. Okay, so the next question is, should I reflect on the information? Should I reflect on the information? Absolutely. Reflect on, you're reflecting on your day, you're reflecting on your family, you're reflecting on what's next. You're always in that feeling of that reflection of like what is really happening. So should I reflect on the information? I would say absolutely yes. And so you could, let's just say you got the automatic writing piece and you're looking at reflecting on it on that same day, and it could be 2 days later and you're reflecting on it and you have a different spin on it. It's so funny. It's like the when you're looking at reflecting at some of the automatic writing that you've created, it starts kind of morphing into something new, something more aware. And maybe it was a couple days after you read it again, and then maybe a month ago, it's like it's getting bigger and bigger. It's like a big breath of life. It's like its whole a life force energy. And so that's kind of how I see that. But definitely over time, with all of the automatic writing I've done, it's been amazing. I absolutely love it. And sometimes I'm like going, I can't believe that I penned that or I wrote that. I can't believe it. And it's all beautiful. And as we grow over the years, looking at some of the automatic writing, it's beautiful. It's simply beautiful. And you feel softer and lighter than you had been before. The next question is, should I send it to someone for interpretation? I don't know. I could probably do that for somebody if they want to get some access some other different points of view, or just maybe accessing. Let's just say a person has something that they've already written, and that was kind of like me in the beginning. I'm like, what is this about? Like how did this happen for me, and what's going on? But I think the interpretation kind of takes on its own. personality and its own sense of awareness. And so, should someone, I think it is kind of fun. I've shared a lot of my automatic writing through different outlets, and people have been inspired by it. And some of them are kind of like, that doesn't sound like Susie. It doesn't sound like Susie. Well, for me, it's the same thing. I'm like, that's not how I talk. That's not how I operate. That's not how I move about with the words that I choose and my ego, personality, and all that. So, but it is kind of neat, to put stuff out and just you could even when I do lectures, sometimes I'll read some of my automatic writing with lectures. So that's really fun to do that too. So it's been a beautiful band of energy for me. I've been so appreciative of all the guidance and all of the assists that helped me to grow into being an automatic writing person. And now with the course, I'm super, super duper excited. So, so right now I'm going to go ahead and create another YouTube with this part 4 of automatic writing, and then I'll list some of the other ones, part 1, 2, and 3, down below, so that you'll have some more information. So this is really powerful energy. It's sweet, it's awesome, and I think everybody can do this. I think everybody's ready right now to have a better experience, don't you think? So great day and have a namaste. Namaste.